Good afternoon, good morning, salutations. May the grace of God be with you all. Um, Today I'm going to speak to you about the Old Testament, what scholars call the Hebrew Bible, right? The Jewish scriptures. There are these people in Ethiopia called Likawant, or Lik when it's one. When they're plural, Likawant. A Lik is somebody who is a boss or a master of something. True mastery. Oftentimes they've learned from their childhood, from their ear, a lot of the prayers of the church, a lot of the teachings of the church, a lot of the melodies of the church. And so they have different areas of specialization. One area of specialization is called Blui Kidan, or the Old Testament. And it's an incredible area of focus of the church. People who are Blui Kidan Lik, when it's Lik Blui Kidan, they're very well respected, as are, of course, the Lik Ahadis Kidan, the New Testament masters. But today, let's talk about the Old Testament ones. I've heard some people tell me they don't care for the Old Testament, and I get very alarmed. There really is no new heresy under the sun. In the 2nd century, there was a man by the name of Marcion, so of course the fathers named the heresy that followed him Marcionism. Marcionism. You could go look it up. It's really helpful on the Orthodox Wiki. Just go to your Google or whatever search engine you're using and type Orthodox Wiki, and you could search Marcionism. I'm sure you can find some books on the subject too if you head over to your library, which would be better. Whether it be your school library, public library, whatever you may find. But today I just want to speak to you about the power of Genesis. And so I would be remiss if I didn't just start in the beginning. Back in the day, we have all our Greek translations, so we call it Genesis. But the Jews, they liked to name their books from the first few words. And so theirs is called In the Beginning, the first book of their Holy Scriptures. I'm going to read chapter 1 and then get into it, just for those who don't have it. If you have it already, please read it, and you can skip my talking. Genesis 1. And I'm reading for the Revised Standard Version. I have no particular attachment to this, but it seems interesting for me now. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the face of the waters. And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. And there was evening, and there was morning, one day. And God said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the waters from the waters." And God made the firmament, and separated the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament. And it was so. And God called the firmament heaven. And there was evening, and there was morning, a second day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. God called the dry land earth, and the waters that were gathered together he called seas. And God saw that it was good. And God said, "Let the earth put forth vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees bearing fruit, in which is their seed, each according to its kind upon the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants yielding seed according to their own kinds, and trees bearing fruit in which is their seed, each according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a third day. And God said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. And let them be lights in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth." And it was so. And God made the two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also, and God set them in the firmament of the heavens to give light upon the earth, to rule over the day and over the night, and to separate the light from darkness. And God saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a fourth day. And God said, "Let the waters bring forth swarms of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the firmament of the heavens." So God created the great sea monsters and every living creature that moves, with which the waters swarm, according to their kinds, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good, and God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth. And there was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. And God said, Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, cattle and creeping things, and beasts of the earth according to their kinds. And it was so. And God made the beasts of the earth according to their kinds, and the cattle according to their kinds, and everything that creeps upon the ground according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created him. He created them. And God blessed them. And God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves upon the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. Ye shall have them for food, and to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has the breath of life. I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, a sixth day. All that is to say, the universe has not always existed. It was created. Who was it created by? God. That was number one. Number two, God says something with his word, and it happens. His will is done. He speaks, it happens. He's showing you the importance of words. All of creation was created and is being sustained currently by the power of his words. Were he to have it so, he would get rid of it. Or were he to have it so, he would sustain it as it is. The very power and great authority that the Lord of the Sabbath has is through his words, through his verbiage, through his diction. We in ourselves should have a passion for the Old Testament, should have a passion for the book of Genesis, or as the Jews call it, the book in the beginning. We should have a passion for words. We should learn to love words in multiple languages. Whatever languages we have, we should speak them with great fervor. We should learn. We should always learn more, so that we can give just praise to him who masters all, who is the master of the masters of the Old Testament, who sustains everyone with the power of his word, who speaks and has actions unfold before him. Let all glory be to God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.